Howdy do, y'all. Tables here. Just got done watching PoE 2 reveal, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts and some of the information that they gave in the trailer for PoE 2. I think the biggest news of what they had to share for PoE 2 is that it is no longer an expansion of PoE 1. There will no longer be a shared endgame with 2 campaigns, and it is now its own standalone title. And this is honestly coming as like a really, really big surprise to me. I thought that they were very dead set on having a shared endgame with PoE 1. And honestly, I'm a bit taken aback. I thought that path made a lot of sense in a lot of ways. But that for me wasn't really a deal breaker. I think them doing a standalone PoE 2, I think is more than fine. You know, as long as they have the manpower and the resources to upkeep both PoE 1 and PoE 2, I don't really see an issue with it. As long as the standard of design and the bar that they set for themselves in this game does not fall in any way, then I think we are looking towards a future of a lot of really great things for Path of Exile and its player base. And I, for one, am extremely excited for this. Path of Exile 2 is also going to have 12 base classes. They're listed above. We have the tried and true original Witch, Ranger, Duelist, Shadow, Templar, and Marauder. And then 6 brand new base classes: Warrior, Huntress, Sorceress, Mercenary, Monk, and Druid. Just, this is going to be crazy. It's like a buffet of class options. And then on top of that, it's been revealed that there's going to be 36 ascendancy classes. I think I can speak for everyone when I say I feel really bad for whoever or whomever has to balance all this. 6 new classes is a pretty insane amount. And that doesn't really take into account the 240 active skill gems that are going to be in Path of Exile 2. So now you're having to balance 6 more classes, 36 ascendancies, plus active skill gems on top of that. It's a lot. That's a big ask while you're also doing PoE 1. So, I mean, that's really my only concern as of right now is are they going to be able to do all this? This is big. It's huge. This is this is a lot of content to put out and balance every league cycle. But I am glad that we have it, and I am extremely excited to see where it goes. Path of Exile 2 is also going to house 100 brand new environments, be that zones in the acts and or maps at the end game. It's going to have 600 monsters. I'm not quite sure how many of those are going to be brand new models, but I reckon that a lot of them will be. And then we have 700 equipment types, 6-person co-op, a massive 1,500 passive node skill tree, and to top it all off, 100 brand new bosses, each with their own unique mechanics. Now, they did state that there is going to be some boss in some form in every zone in the acts. So we have to take that into account. Their difficulty is probably not going to be that hard, but you are in the acts after all, and it really shouldn't be because you're going through the acts, especially for a brand new player. Now, the 100 new bosses, I'm sure those are the ones in the acts, some in the end game, and some of them will be pinnacle. So I imagine as the difficulty scales in PoE 2, so will the boss difficulty and whether or not you're going to actually see a brand new boss. And so we have to take that into account. But 100 bosses, it's insane. There's supposed to be this other ARPG that's out. I think it's called Diablo. But as far as I'm concerned, after watching this, it's an afterthought. PoE 2 wins, and it's not even out yet. That's how good this was. They also released the closed beta date for Path of Exile 2, which is June 7th of next year, 2024. So we have a year of leagues and content updates and all kinds of stuff, i.e., we have a year's worth of open beta testing, quote unquote, until we get to closed beta. Then hopefully, cross our fingers, fall of 24, we'll be ready to go. I have a few concerns, if in like sort of an in conclusion type thing. I do have a few concerns based on what they're trying to do and the scale of it, and them not being able to reach the bar in terms of quality and design and ideas that they have previously set for themselves, because there's so much scale, right? And they're also updating Path of Exile 1. So it just seems like a lot. But they wouldn't do it if they didn't think they could handle it. And so as far as I'm concerned, I'm excited. I am on cloud 9. And one of the best news is all of our microtransactions, they still work in PoE. Probably like 95% of them. I'm sure there'll be a few that don't. But for the most part, they did say that all the money that you've spent is still going to be worth. And that is a really good feeling to have when you're moving in to a new game. That puts me at ease, because I've spent more money than I would like to admit on this game. So with that said, I want to thank you guys for coming to my channel and watching my video. I do appreciate the time that you spent. And if you feel so inclined, please drop me a like and a sub. It helps out the channel a lot. We're almost at 1,000 subs. So, personal goal, yay. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the weekend. We will be doing more uploads as Exilecon continues. And as we reach closer to 3.22, we will be doing league start builds, guides, all that good stuff. So be sure to hit that sub button and come back for more. Y'all be good and take care of yourselves.